I would never have suspected it.
Yeah, sadly you
I remember
guys...
Turtles in Time had a pretty spiffy soundtrack.
Did it? I remember that being a bad game.
What? What are you talking about?
Uh-oh.
Turtles in Time?
Are you talking about the first one?
Were there two?
No, I mean the first Turtles game for the NES.
No, I'm talking about Turtles in Time.
Oh, take it back.
Granted that I haven't played Turtles in Time since it came out, but I remember not liking it.
I played it a lot when it came out, and then I've played it a lot again much after it came out.
Well, maybe I can give it another chance.
Well, the co-op is essential. I don't think I played it that much by myself. I always played it with a friend, and I think it's a classic 2D brawling game.
Wait. Okay, Paul, obviously you're lying. You
I
played
had
this
friends once, okay? Not ashamed to admit it.
I would be.
It was before I entered the real world.
Yes.
Don't ever leave college. You won't have friends again, ever.
Yes.
I had friends once.
Am I the only one who doesn't really pay attention to video game music?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I've just noticed a lot of people seem to talk about like their favorite video game soundtracks, and I'm like, to me, it's just sort of background noise.
I feel like I don't notice it a lot. Like, I'll notice it in a game like Chrono Trigger, for example, or Secret of Mana, but I don't, like, as a default, notice the music.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the game.
Yeah.
And I also have a tendency to sit at work and listen to video game soundtracks, so...
That could be
I think it kind of depends on what they're trying to do with the music. Like, 'cause I think with a game like Chrono Trigger, the soundtrack is very much trying to draw attention to itself and how good it is. Whereas with a lot of other games, the purpose of the music is to just facilitate the playing of the game and make the experience more what it's supposed to be, without necessarily being its own thing.
Yeah.
And I think I have a tendency to not pay attention to that sort of music, which I think is what they're going for. But I could be completely wrong. I don't really know anything about video game music.
I very much enjoyed the TMNT2 soundtrack, however.
Yeah, I should put that on my to-do list after checking out weirdthings.com.
Yes.
I'm kind of hesitant to go to that website.
Are you uncertain of what sort of things you will see?
Yeah.
It might be weird.
Yes. They can't be weirder than some of the stuff we've published on our own website.
Well, no.
With Exhibit A being water closet.
Yes.
Which, if you were under 18, you should not be looking at our website and figuring out what we're talking about.
You should definitely if you're under 18. All the cool kids are doing it.
By continuing to listen to this podcast, you are signing a binding agreement that says you won't do that if you're under 18.
Yes.
That's how binding agreements work, right?
I still remember when I was like 12, going on the internet. It's like 1998, and forums and stuff. I'll say like, you must be at least 13 years of age in order to sign up for this. I was like, oh man, I'm signing up anyway.
Oh, you tricked them.
Yes, I'm doing illegal things.
See, I didn't because I was too dumb to realize that they'd have no way of figuring out if I lied about my age.
You know those age gates where you have to tell them what your birthday is before you can do something? I don't think I've ever once in my entire life put my actual birthday on there. I just inevitably just put in what I can click the fastest. Like, yes, I was born January 1st, 1935. Yep. I'm dead.
Yes.
I'm going to feel really bad if someone who was born around that time is listening now.
January 1st, 1901. Perfect.
Yeah.
Every now and then I'll do that wrong and won't pay enough attention. We'll click like 2006 or something like that, and then I won't be able to get in.
Yeah.
Crap.
Well, like, I did like Leisure Suit Larry, apparently. A friend of mine was trying to like, they quiz you in order to like estimate your age, but it's all stuff about like, when Ronald Reagan was president, blah, 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 and it's like, what? Ronald Reagan.
Like, a hilarious idea for age protection.
I mean, it's
awesome.
Brilliant, but at the same time, like, most of my friends weren't able to complete that even though they were, over 18.
See, that's a sort of thing that would never work now. It's like having code wheels as your copyright protection. That sort of stuff is just lost now because of the stupid internet.
Yeah. Yeah, like when you would install a game on the computer and it would be like, look at page number 35 in the manual. What is the
Yes.
seventh word in the second paragraph?
Yeah, I mean, now people can just put all that stuff online.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Perhaps this is why they don't do that anymore.
I think it was, I can't even remember. It was some game where in the manual, it was a recent game, it was for the 360. In the manual, it gave you a number for a tip line that you could call, and there was like a permanent fee. And I thought that was hilariously archaic. Like,
Yeah.
people game facts, like calling this number.
How many old tip lines do you think are still functioning? Like, what would happen?
Oh, I hope the Monkey Island
Like,
one
if
is.
you call, like, the LucasArts hint line that they
Yes.
used to have. I'm stuck in Monkey Island, too.
No.
Why does my monkey look like a wrench? What are you doing to me?
Oh, that was the puzzle of all time. I was stuck on that puzzle for I think like maybe 3 weeks.
It's another thing I've lost thanks to the internet, being stuck on puzzles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that never happened.
I have my 5-minute rule. Either I quit or I look it up.
Yeah.
No patience whatsoever.
And there's so many times where I'm like, oh man, I'm like at the end of the game and I can't beat this boss. Just look it up on YouTube, watch the ending.
Yep. I think we talked about that before.
Yeah.
That was how I beat Enchanted Arms.
Ugh.
Greatest game of this console generation, right, Nicola?
Oh, you're killing me.
Hope they make a sequel. Enchanted Legs, perhaps?
No, there will be no sequel.
Just keep going through all the body parts.
Uh-oh.
Enchanted head.
Enchanted
Enchanted
fingers.
spleen? No. I still cannot get over the fact, I'm going to keep mentioning this every time we talk about this game, I cannot get over the fact that they are talking about actual arms. And not, like, swords and spears and crap. They mean arms, like the one on your body.
Yes.
I can't get over that plot twist. That's what I can't get over. Seriously, Beth.
But is it about time for us to wrap up this here podcast?
I guess.
Sure.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Wait, weren't we
Wait,
supposed
that was way too abrupt an ending. We can do better than that.
to email us at podcast@gamecola.net.
Check us out on Facebook. Just search for GameCola, and check us out on Twitter. Also GameCola.
And subscribe on iTunes and rate us highly and post comments.
And also visit our actual internet website, GameCola.net.
We have one of those?
Yeah, and I don't think any of these people are actually going to it.
Apparently
I
not.
kind of wish they would.
Yeah, like for all the people who are like, oh man, I wish you guys would post old podcasts.
Jetty, I was looking at one of the older episodes on our YouTube page.
Yeah.
One of the videos has over 800 views.
Wow, 800 views. I guess my mom's been going back and watching them again and again.
Now, it was also just the first video in that series. I can't vouch for if the other videos had as many views.
800 views on the first one, 80 views on the second.
Hey, 80, that's not bad either.
Okay, I think that's wrapping up this podcast.
Thanks, everyone, for listening. Don't forget, if you have something you'd like us to talk about on the next episode of the GameCola Podcast, email your discussion topic to podcast@gamecola.net.
Yeah.
And make sure it is Phoenix Wright based, otherwise we will not talk about it.
Please.
Please, for the love of God.
Paul loves talking about Phoenix Wright.
I did. And then we did it for like 30 straight podcasts. I cannot do this anymore.
Do you like the quarter?
You're going to ruin Phoenix Wright for me.
Or the
We're this close. This close. You can't see my fingers, but they're really close.
Yikes. But I think this podcast is over. So, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Actually, that's what we should do. We should ask our listeners to sing a jingle with all of our housekeeping information in it that we could play at the end of each episode.
Yes.
That would be great.
Right?
Wait, go back. Put this part in the podcast.
Yeah.
It's too late. We said goodbye.
Yeah, we already said goodbye. It's not like I can edit it, Paul.